For more than 11 years, she was Prime Minister here. She was the longest serving Prime Minister of the 20th century, and of course the first woman Prime Minister. So this place meant an enormous amount to her in terms of, frankly, her political power. This is where she made her arguments. Her main arguments were almost all started here, and they were almost all involved wagging her finger at the opposition and making a point clear. And that took her a great deal of effort, because there were so few women at the time. But it also meant, what was to her advantage, was that it meant that she had to be very precise in what she said. So all the time, whenever she would come here for a major statement, or for Prime Minister's questions twice a week, you could see how much preparation she had made. Why? Because she didn't ramble. She stuck very much to what she wanted to say, and there were so many howls of oppositions and grumblings and noise that in a way it was the perfect place for her, because she could then say, look, I mean this, duh, 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 duh. And of course it was here, right at the end of her time as Prime Minister, that she famously said no, no, no to a single currency and a federal euro.
Mr. Delors said at press conference the other day that he wanted the European Parliament to be the democratic body of the community, he wanted the Commission to be the executive, and he wanted the Council of Ministers to be the Senate. No, no, no.
So that's why people remember her performance in the House of Commons, because it did define her in a strange way. And although, you know, it's a funny male-dominated place, she made it her own, and that's why, in terms of her political legacy, her appearance here at the House of Commons was fantastically important. When she was at a party conference, she was just talking to the faithful, but here at least, people were opposing her, and she loved an argument. So this place, with all its maleness and all its, in a way, strangeness, she managed to conquer it. I think for lots of people who worked at Westminster, I worked there for more than, well, 30 years, I suppose, about the same length of time as she did. And there is a sort of division between the people who fall in love with the building and are constantly going on about it, and the people who are there to work. And I think she was very much there to work. You know, there were wonderful occasions and all the rest of it. But she was very keen on argument. She was very obsessed with the detail of what she had to do. So one shouldn't, if you're a visitor to the Palace of Westminster, you're, oh, magnificent, everyone's all full, how wonderful, and it's all, you know, there's Big Ben going off and it's all marvellous, you know, they're wallowing in sort of nostalgia. She wasn't like that, no. So you'd always, with her, there was always a sense of we're working, aren't we? And I must say, I thought that was very attractive. And I certainly took the same view. You might be in some great big hall, or you might be in some Gothic palace, but you were talking about things that were really very important. And it was very important to get them right and modern, and not sort of say, oh, you know, isn't it wonderful to be in power? She wasn't like that. She was in power to do things. She went there every day to do things.